Good morning, and welcome to Morning Cereal.
All right, good morning and welcome to Tuesday. Well, today is May 20th and it's brimming with quirky celebrations, right? It's National Quiche Lorraine Day. Now, my wife would enjoy a savory slice of this French delight, although I'm good with just scrambled eggs, but make sure they're scrambled well. And for the ambitious among us, it's National Be a Millionaire Day. And I've not seen any instructions on how to do this, so I'm just gonna have to get back to you on that one. But maybe an easier box to check today is it's National Pick a Strawberry Day. So get out there, dig in the dirt a little bit, and enjoy the season. Well, let's kick off the day with some inspiration from the icon Cher, who said, "I've always taken risks and never worried what the world might really think of me," end quote. And this is a great reminder from Cher that playing it safe rarely leads to standout moments. But measured boldness usually has its own rewards. All right, well, today's news, facts, and birthdays are for May 20th. We're going to start back in 1873, and that's when everybody's favorite old pair of blue jeans, they were patented by Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis. Then we're going to jump up to 1932 on this date when Amelia Earhart, she departed Newfoundland, Canada on her solo flight across the Atlantic, and she became the first woman to achieve this feat. Then up to 1983, that's when the Police song, Every Breath You Take, it was released on this date. Now, I wonder how long until that song shows up as a number one hit down here in our music section. Well, lastly, on 2006 on this date, the Three Gorges Dam, the world's largest power station by installed capacity, was officially opened in China. If you're not aware of this thing, Google it. It's crazy big. All right, well, here are the top news stories making headlines today as of this recording. First, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that the U.S. Treasury yields, they surged amid economic uncertainty. Now, the yield on the U.S. Treasury bond briefly surpassed 5% in early trading this morning, which is reflecting investor concerns over economic uncertainty and the recent credit rating downgrades that I talked about yesterday. Now, this marks the highest level since the 2008 financial crisis. You guys remember that, right? Indicating potential challenges for long-term borrowing costs. All right, secondly here, JP Morgan Chase, they're looking at potentially making a leadership change at their CEO position. At their annual investor day, top executives showcased their kind of credentials as potential successors to the CEO, Jamie Dimon, who announced plans to step down within 5 years. Now, the succession planning has garnered significant attention. Given Jamie Dimon's influence over politics and the economics, he's had a lot of influence over his tenure, and the bank's grown substantially under his leadership. And lastly, our president is out there engaging in diplomacy talks to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Well, apparently there's been some phone calls that are having with all the presidents and quite a few European leaders as well in an effort to negotiate an end to this ongoing war in Ukraine. Now, the discussions are following recent prisoner exchange agreements between Russia and Ukraine, though a comprehensive ceasefire still is remaining elusive. Well, happy birthday to you. If today is your birthday, you share a birthday with Busta Bus. He's one of the fastest rappers that I know of. Busta Rhymes, he's 52. And three-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, Tony Stewart, he's 53 today. Then actor recognized for his roles in Justified and Deadwood, Timothy Olyphant, he's 56 today. And lastly, Grammy Award-winning singer and actress known for her distinctive voice and her enduring presence in pop culture, Cher, she turned 78 today. Well, the number one song on this date in 1986 was The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. Now, this song was originally recorded by George Benson in 1977, but it was reimagined by Whitney Houston for her debut album. And despite initial resistance from her label, the track was released as a single and it became her third number one hit from her debut album, with the other two number one hits being Saving All My Love for You and How Will I Know. I love these songs. They take me right back to those magical 80s. Well, let's jump right into our magical final segment for today, the book review of Stephen R. Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And today we're going to be wrapping up Habit 1, Be Proactive. And we're going to take a deep look at the subchapter, Proactivity, the 30-day test. Now, Covey doesn't just encourage readers to be proactive. He dares us to prove it. The 30-day test is a challenge. For the next month, make and keep small but meaningful promises. Not flashy goals or grand gestures, just quiet, consistent action rooted in personal accountability. Covey writes, quote, "Start keeping promises to yourself and others, little promises, but promises you can make with integrity and keep," end quote. So why does this matter? Because according to Covey, keeping promises, even tiny ones, is how we build personal integrity, which is the foundation of long-term effectiveness. When we break our promises, we erode our internal trust of ourselves. But when we honor them, especially when no one's watching, we create a real self-confidence within us. He ties this to his earlier concept of the circle of influence. Remember that? If you focus your energy on things you can control, right? Your words, your actions, your commitments, that circle expands. But if you waste your energy on things outside of your control, right? Remember, blame, resentment, external validation, your influence then shrinks. So the 30-day test helps us retrain our attention toward inward accountability rather than outward excuses. Covey also offers practical examples here. If you want to strengthen a relationship, he suggests writing a note of appreciation once a week. If you want to improve your physical health, commit to exercising for just 15 minutes a day. These are small wins, but when you stack them up daily, they become character. He writes, quote, "Don't make these promises lightly. Make them with clear understanding that you're building strength of character, a muscle commitment," end quote. Now, that metaphor is spot on. Proactivity is a muscle, and this test is your personal gym, if you will. All right, here's the takeaway. The 30-day test isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Start small, follow through, and notice how your self-trust begins to grow. Because if you can trust yourself to show up, no matter what, you're already on the path to lasting change. And with that, we officially close Habit 1. Great job, everyone. All right, well, tomorrow we open the door to Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Okay, well, that wraps up today's edition of Morning Cereal. Embrace the spirit of National Be a Millionaire Day by, investing in yourself and your goals. Remember, greatness often starts with a single proactive step. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Come back tomorrow as we start Covey's second habit, and have a fantastic day. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Morning Cereal podcast on the One Life Live It channel. You can find more episodes and videos by visiting our YouTube channel and the website at Sean Inglis and at SeanInglis.com, where you can also follow our other podcasts, the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis podcast and the Life Happens podcast. In these other podcasts, we'll dive deeper into everyday issues, self-improvement and well-being, business and finance, and we welcome special guests too. So join us. It'll be a good time, I promise. Thanks again for listening. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow.